to the channel. We have a speed build today. Surprise! I know I haven't been doing them very much lately, and I have to apologize for that. I got a little, I guess, too distracted with my Get Famous LP, so I was kind of focused on that a little bit. And then I also started an Asylum Challenge live stream over on Twitch, so that was kind of distracting me a little bit. But I decided I was going to finally get this video done because I actually did this part of the build a while ago, and I have the unfinished version, which is what you're going to see now, up on my gallery. And apparently my thoughts are struggling today. What I did was I decided to go ahead and post this build unfurnished because basically the backyard of this house drained my creativity and my ambition completely to get this done. So the inside is not even mapped out for a layout or anything. It's just basically an open shell. So if you guys download it, have fun decorating the inside and doing a layout for it, and please feel free to post it up on the gallery and tag me in it because I would love to see what you guys do with it. I think that would be really fun. So yeah, I guess we could probably talk about the build a little bit. It's obviously a large house. It's like, I think it was 3 stories altogether, and for a change, I did not have to get on Pinterest to get any ideas or anything. This one is actually just completely out of the blue, and I was super excited with the fact that I was able to do the terrain tools and have them actually turn out okay. And I have Kate Emerald to thank for that and her wonderful tutorial on using the terrain tools. So if anybody else is struggling with that, I highly suggest that you go over and check that out. As a matter of fact, what I will do is I'm going to put a link to that video in the description box below. So if anybody else needs it, there you go, and you're welcome. So yeah, and there's also the fact that Kate's just amazing anyway, so you really should go check her channel out. So yeah. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the week, and hopefully wherever you guys are it hasn't been part of that Arctic polar vortex or whatever the heck it's called, because that's what we've been dealing with this week, and it sucked basically. And my kid has been home from school all week. She did not have a single day of school, which has been kind of tough for her because she doesn't get to see her friends that way, and she was really missing one of her little friends. So she's been pretty bummed about that, but it also meant that I couldn't get any recording done really during the day. So that was kind of another reason why I haven't really gotten much done this week, aside from the couple of Get Famous LPs that I did. And I know normally I've been doing them on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I think I'm going to be changing that, and I'm going to be cutting that back to probably, I'm going to say right now, probably 2 days a week until it's finished, possibly just 1. I'm not 100% sure yet because I really need to figure out a schedule that's going to work for me, basically. And because I really want to make sure that I have time to do streaming over on Twitch and also keep doing the videos over here on YouTube, because obviously I'm not going to leave YouTube like at all. So because I really enjoy doing these videos so that, you know, you guys can watch them, and it's just fun, and I love getting to read your comments and stuff, and that's always exciting for me because I really like to actually talk with you guys. So, and to be honest, doing voiceovers is a lot easier for me to do than streaming, because when you're streaming you have to sit there and talk for like ever, it seems like, and I have such a hard time doing that, especially with my Asylum Challenge, because you send your sim to work but you can't go with them because they can't have one of the jobs where you're allowed to join them. It's a rabbit hole, so it's kind of frustrating because you can't control any of the other sims in the house. So you basically have to just sit there and wait for your sim to come back, and even on triple fast forward it takes forever. So it's really a struggle for me, and I don't know. I know the last episode that we had was a lot more entertaining for it. We had several deaths, which was not expected at all, and they all happened like in the first 10 minutes of the stream. I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So yeah, I don't know, if you're interested, feel free to go check it out over on Twitch. My info for that is down below, also in the description box, because I've kind of gotten away from talking about what's going on over here on YouTube, so I'm gonna stop that now. So, but first I want to say, yes, go check me out on Twitch and maybe come follow. That'd be fantastic. I would love to have you guys there so I could actually, interact a little bit more with you and hopefully get used to talking a little bit more. So, we'll see how that goes. But yeah. Anyway, let's see. I actually had fun with this house because I took a lot of time with the landscaping, and usually I don't do that because I can't say I don't like landscaping, but sometimes I kind of struggle with it. And the fact that I used the terrain tools this time, it was a little bit more of a struggle because I wasn't really 100% sure what I wanted to do in the backyard. And all I knew for sure is that I wanted to have a pool because, I just always have a pool. It's very rarely that I do not have one of those. So I wanted to make sure I could do that, and I wanted to have lots of trees and stuff, and I wasn't really sure how I was going to incorporate all that. And in the end, I think it turned out pretty good though. And also, now that I'm looking at it, I was really having a hard time deciding if I liked the way the driveway came up the hill on the side there, because it looks a little too steep, but I couldn't really fix it too much because the terrain comes up too much, and I knew if I made it go down, I'm terrible at gradually slowing or lowering the terrain down. So I knew if I tried to make it slope down to look more natural, it just wasn't going to work out. So in the end, I ended up leaving it the way it was, and I think it ended up being okay the way it was. And I used a ton of rocks in the terrain for this house. Oh my gosh, I spent so much time sizing up and down and moving and stacking and hiding, and oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever used so many rocks in any of my builds ever. But I wanted to get that rocky look to it because I thought it would look really nice here. And I know this looks like it's quite a large house and a large build, but believe it or not, I actually built this on the 40 by 40 lot instead of the giant 64 by 64 lot, because I was trying to actually keep it a little bit smaller, but obviously that didn't work out. And I'm a little concerned about how I'm going to end up doing the interior, because I get a little overwhelmed when I make these large houses like this, because don't get me wrong, I love large houses. They look amazing, they're beautiful, and they're fantastic, everything, all that good stuff. However, doing the inside for me is very stressful because I never know what I want to do, and I feel like if I get too many bedrooms, I start to not really be into it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta do another bedroom. Are you kidding me? I just did 50 of them. Okay, well, maybe not 50, but it feels like it. And the kids' rooms, I always feel like I'm always doing the same things over and over, and it gets really tough, and I have a hard time with it. So getting this one finished is going to be interesting, to say the least. And hopefully it won't be too super stressful, and I'm hoping to have it done hopefully by the end of the weekend. And I'm saying hopeful and hope and hoping and blah 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 way too much. So yeah, and I was really struggling with these tables here because and as you can see, I changed my mind on the color there because I could not find chairs that matched with the tables well enough. And also the rest of the house is such a light color, I didn't really like the way the dark wood went. So I changed it. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a sunken pool area. And my computer just tried to go to sleep, so that threw me off for a second. Anywho, but yeah, as I was saying, I decided to do the sunken pool area because I did that on one of my other builds, and I can't remember which one it was. I want to say, was it Coal Hill Road or Charcoal Hill Road or something like that? Anyways, it was one of my very large builds that had like a 3-car garage and whatnot, and it had a little bit of a sunken pool area, not quite as much as this one is, but backyard on that one turned out like really freaking awesome. I have to say, I was so proud of myself on that. And I was kind of like trying to sort of recreate it a little bit here, but I guess I got a little too overzealous with the terrain tool and got it a little bit deeper than what I planned. But in the end, I made it work, and that was the important thing. Also, those balconies up there, I was really struggling on what to do with there too, because it looked too plain not having balconies, but I really didn't want to put up doors in those spots because I wanted to keep the windows there. So I just thought, well, you know what, let's just throw some planters out there and call it a day. So, and I think it looks alright that way. It turned out pretty okay. But yeah, I used a ton of the wildflowers and daisies and just so much of the purple flowers. I think that those are the ones that come from Outdoor Retreat, if I remember right, or those might be base game. I honestly can't remember, but I really, really like them, and I was just kind of like really going for that purple, I guess, with the landscaping, because I noticed that I used a lot of purple. But I mean, purple is one of my favorite colors, so it's not really that much of a surprise. But yeah, here you can see all of the rock landscaping that I did, and I have to apologize that some of my recording did not happen or make it into this video because I was actually live streaming while I did it, and I don't really recall what I did with the footage from that. I think I just decided I was just going to scrap it because I didn't really do a whole lot with it. The pool was in a different area, and I think that was pretty much it. So not really, you guys didn't really miss very much. Oh, and I did the rocks in the front too. But you'll see those a little bit more towards the end of the video here. But yeah, like I said, I made it really super like natural looking, I guess, around the pool, and kind of like it kind of reminds me of like a field sort of, which is kind of weird, but that's just what I decided we were gonna do, and just have a ton of wildflowers and daisies and just a lot of wild looking growth, I guess. And I threw in a little pool house with a little shower and toilet and sink, and I believe there was a bookshelf in there along with seating area in there as well, and just for an extra little place to relax that's covered, I guess. So if it starts to rain or something and your sim still wants to be outside and enjoy the rain, they can sit in there and be covered and be perfectly safe. Don't have to worry about any pesky lightning storms happening and all that. So, which is always good. And I use those wicker seats for a change. I don't think I've ever actually used those, to be honest, like, and especially that color. So that was a new thing for me, which is what I was kind of trying to do. I was trying to, use at least a few things that I don't normally do. And I love the shot of the house in the dark like that. It looks so pretty with the lighting and everything. And I would absolutely love to be able to sit out there with it like that, honestly. It just really turned out really well. I've got the little grilling area there with a little wall behind it, and I put that towel there just because I thought, well, maybe your sim needs a towel while they're cooking, wipe something off their hands or whatever if they get messy. So I thought, grab the little towel rack from bowling night, why not? And got lots of little clutter items there too, and I sized up those planters to put on sized down, I should say, the planters to float them up where they were. But anyways, I know we're pretty much coming close to the end of the build here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. I really appreciate it. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed it, so that way you can see more of my content. And turn on the notifications by clicking that bell so you don't miss anything that may be upcoming. Also, follow me on Twitter for all channel and video updates. And I hope you guys have a fantastic night, day, whatever it is where you're at. And I will see you all soon. Bye!